COVID-19 continues to be a fluid issue in Guyana, and there are different views on the best way to resume on-field activity for sport. The senior men's national football team is one of those who will be hoping to get back on the pitch sooner rather than later, given the busy 2021 that beckons. Though the bubble has reaped success from a health standpoint, where it has been implemented across the world, Forde explained that at this point in time, Guyana cannot replicate such. More so, CONCACAF executive Howard McIntosh had stated that it is not financially possible to hold competitions in a biosecure environment in the region.
It is impossible for us to have any serious discussion around football in a bubble. We do not have the infrastructure to create a bubble in Guyana for football. It is totally impossible. But what we can have is conditions where we limit the risk as far as is practicable.
According to Forde, the more practical option would be try and limit the amount of contact their players are exposed to by putting financially viable systems in place.
If I was to use the national team as an example, that is actually our priority, to get those youngsters back on the training pitch. We may be able to transport them from central points to the venue and back. So we reduce the amount of time they spend in a public transportation and the amount of persons that they come into contact with. But they also have family members that are traversing every single day to and from their place of work and their place of business. So there again, we would have reduced their contact time, but we don't eliminate the possibility of them coming into contact with someone entirely. So the bubble cannot be replicated in Guyana as we have seen in other parts of the world.
Now that sports events are allowed to resume under the new COVID-19 measures, the GFF head said their objective will be ensuring they get their players back training and playing.
This is an unprecedented time that we're in, and we have to make decisions that are sensible. So I can understand that there is an insatiable appetite among the fans to get into a football venue and just feel that experience of a football event, much less the game itself. But we have to be very smart as to what our core objectives are. And the core objectives at this moment is to don't allow those players to fall too far behind in their developmental trajectory. They have to be back training and playing football.
The decision the GFF takes as it regards restarting on-field activities will be based on the requirements they would have to fulfill from the Ministry of Health. For the newsroom, Akim Green.